Ringing the Temples, Nathan Silver.
Piece of paper somewhere so I don't forget anyone. Of course, I think I've lost it along with my mind. But I think I can remember. I want to thank the producers, the wonderful producers, Taylor, Hess, Teresa, Paige, Nate, Anaya, Adam Kirsch, of course, who is the reason I ended up making this thing. Am I forgetting anyone? I'm sorry. I don't have the paper and I'm nervous. Did I forget any producers? I don't think so. I love you all. If you want to stand up for a round of applause, please. I want to thank my wonderful co-writer, C. Mason Wells. My wonderful editor, John McGarry, who spent a long time in a dark room. And, there were good days and there weren't. Bad days, but that's editing. But I think what we came out with, I'm so damn proud of, and, he made it all click. I'd like to thank the whole crew. I mean, you guys are just out of this world. You should stand up, but they're very shy. They don't like, the limelight. I'd like to welcome up 4 of the actors so we can have, a contained Q&A of sorts. Not so chaotic like the Shabbat meal. So, can I please bring up Robert Smigel, who played Robert. Could I bring up Madeline Weinstein? Who played Gabby. I learned that cut from her name there. Could I bring up Carol Kane? And Cantor Ben.
Thank you all so much for being here. I think we can jump right into the Q&A. I'm going to start things off. Nathan, something we love about this film is sort of how rich and undefinable the tone of it is. It's so funny and tender and strange all at once. I'm wondering if that's something you were thinking of as you conceived the film, or if that's magic that happened when you were shooting with this cast.
It's a combination. The script that Chris and I wrote, certainly that was the goal, but that doesn't necessarily mean it'll translate to the screen as such. So when you work with the right people, it's possible. It somehow happened.
Because this isn't always the case, but as I watch the film, a lot of these roles I couldn't imagine other actors in. Is this something, as you can see, that you had actors in mind, and how did you gather this tremendous cast?
So it was written for Jason, and we got to him through a mutual friend, and also Adam had worked with him when he was doing PR back in the day. And so it was written for him, and then we weren't quite sure who was going to play Carla. And I remember, at one point, right after I got married, I suddenly jumped up in bed and I was like, Carol Kane! That's Carla! And I texted everyone excitedly from abroad, and they were like, well, duh, how did we not think of this beforehand? And it was a natural thing. Smigel was always the dream. Honestly, he's humble, and doesn't realize that he's one of my, comedy heroes. And then Maddie, I wanted to work with forever because she was my roommate at one point. And you know, the rest of, I mean, Dolly DeLeon is incredible. She can't be here because she's on a job. Caroline Aaron's incredible. She can't be here because she's on a job. Working actors, you know? And then Matthew Shearer plays his son, and Lindsay Burge, his wife. I mean, just a great group of people.
And I'd love to ask the cast, I mean, you all play such rich, layered characters. I'd love to ask, like, what do you like most about your character?
I'm not a particular fan of my character. But, you know, he's one of the people who doesn't evolve in the movie. I mean, there's just so many other. Maybe we should talk to the other characters. No, I'll get back to it. I mean, the movie, even though I play a rabbi who I find kind of self-centered and objectionable, I was incredibly moved by the end of the movie as a Jewish person who actually is somewhat observant, and the way the movie ended and the message of, you know, Judaism and of many religions, deeply rooted in humility, that people lose sight of because of the way, you know, religions get bastardized and sort of dismissed in today's society very often. So I just kind of very grateful at this moment. You see, you know, even though there's characters like mine in it, ultimately it's getting to the root of what makes religion valuable. So I greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
I guess that what I like about Carla is that she is brave. I don't think that she's, well, maybe this is going to sound odd, but I'm not sure that she's particularly courageous. I think she's very brave. And she's going for her dream, even though she's temporarily sort of waylaid by the dismissiveness of her son. But I think that she's inspired by the love and faith of Ben, and he, I think, opens up her life, and I guess vice versa.
I love Ben. I'm grateful that I had a place to go every day, an environment every day where it was okay to ask questions, and to, you know, play a character who's just trying to find his song, like the birds, you know, his sound and other people's sound. So that was I feel grateful for getting to participate in that.
I guess there's something maybe like actually kind of charming and admirable about, for being an actor, being such a poor actor in your own life. And something about the like kind of bravery of going through the world as a very open book and fragile person that I guess I admire in my way.
My character is loosely based on Nathan's Mama Cindy, but for me, she's also very much like my own extremely courageous mother.
Thank you, Mom, for helping out a bit.
I have a question for both like Nathan and Jason. It seems that it's like there's a lot of things that you brought from your own life, from your own personalities, the connection to Judaism, to family, and all that. Can you speak about that a little bit?
When my wife saw the movie, she said there's something of a self-portrait in Ben, which that doesn't speak very, I don't know what that means. Possibly I'm depressed and questioning everything at most points in time. I honestly did not expect to be up here speaking with this movie. I thought, it would, I don't know, go straight to whatever DVD is. Jason? It's hard for me to say. So, because, you spend years on a movie, I think it just naturally takes on parts of you, just the way that a married couple has been together forever. They have their, they start to resemble each other,
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. So much of the movie seems to be about who you were. I remember myself, I remember you, and the people that you were, and who you are now, and who you're gonna be. And I think that, without sounding so cheesy about it, I think this movie really articulated that inside of me, like how much I think about those things. So it's almost like I didn't realize, to be honest with you, how much of whatever self I am is in there until you see the movie, and it kind of does it for you. That's okay.
There's love that was romantic love between the two lead characters, but also sort of the love of teacher-student. And there was some ambiguity around it. I was wondering what your intent was there.
I think that romantic love, maybe the love between them can be defined as, or pigeonholed. And that's what I found so fascinating about their characters. And we talked at length about this with Chris. Like, Chris and I talked for months and months about what their love was, and then with the actors, tons of Zooms about what their relationship was. And I think, what interests me in movies is when you feel something but you can't put your finger on it, and it leaves you kind of questioning what you just felt, which some kind of new sensation interests me. So that was the idea, the intention, I suppose.
So the people in the back can hear it. This is a question about the dinner scene and the idea of the telephone game.
A lot of the movie was very, was scripted, and then it would get looser as we would go through takes, and we would find the scene as we were shooting, but really based on scripted pages. But the Shabbat definitely was a combination of 3 versions of the scene. So all of the actors were confused as to what was going to happen. So there was a sense of chaos, intentionally to a degree, to get that sense of tension. And the game of telephone was, I believe, Mr. Schwartzman's.
I know we're almost out of time, but do any of the actors want to speak to the energy of shooting that dinner scene? Because it's pretty incredible.
Took 2 nights to shoot. 2 cameras, 2 nights, lots of film. And 3 weeks to edit. It used to be 25 minutes long.
I just think that when you start laughing and crying, to me, that's like the greatest thing in the world.
Yes.
That really
It's an incredible scene. It's an incredible movie. Thank you all so much for being there with us.
Hey, this is Eric from IONCINEMA.com. If you want to support us, subscribe below. For more reviews, interviews, film festival coverage from Sundance, Cannes, Toronto, you want to check out these guys on this side.